So about 5 years ago, I studied abroad in London, and there were actually two people from my school in my flat with me. One person that I had just never met, who I really thought was the most beautiful person that I had ever met. And I asked her out on a date. We went out on a date. We kissed. It was great. Then we went on a second date, and we're waiting to go in to see a play, and we're in a little cafe. And I look down at her hand, and I say, "Why are you wearing an engagement ring?" And she just looked at me very confused and goes, "'Cause I'm engaged." I said, "Why wouldn't you tell me that?" And she just said, "I thought you already knew." Why would I know that? And she just goes, "Carter, you're the only cis man to ever have sex with my fiance." So I found out that a girl that I hooked up with in New York happened to be this girl's fiance. Very confusing. She just happened to think that I knew that because this girl in New York, who I had been with before, had told everyone that I was the only man that she had ever been with. And it was nice, but ultimately she got down on one knee and asked this girl to marry her, and she said yes. I asked this other girl why she wanted to go on a date with me, and she said she didn't really know, but she liked me as well. I asked her, "Are you poly?" And she goes, "Oh, no." So, still very confused, and I just said, I really can't do this. Like, I don't feel right doing this. And she said, "Okay, I mean, we can just be friends." And I said, "Okay." So we just became friends. We spent every night talking to each other, just in my room, and then we would just watch a movie, and then we would fall asleep and cuddle all night. And it was really nice. And I was really upset that I couldn't go out with this girl. Until there was just one night where I just woke up and we were kissing. And she said to me, I just want to do this, if that's okay with you. And I really looked inside and I just said, I really want to try this too. But she wasn't going to end anything. So I did. We had a phenomenal 4 months together. And I just had to completely forget in my head that she was with someone else, and ultimately someone else that I was also with, who I did like at that one point when I was with them. It just ended. Eventually it got to a point where we went to all these different countries together, and I ran out of money, and she said, "I really want to go to Italy." And I said, "I just don't have enough money to go to another country." So she ended up going with one of our roommates. And on her way to the airport, she texts me and she goes, "Hey, can you buy tickets for a show for when I'm back from Italy?" And I said, "Sure. I mean, how about we just see what's on when you're back from Italy, and then we'll go see a show." And she goes, "No, I need you to buy tickets right now that make it sure that I will go with you, that gives me accountability to go to a show with you when I'm back from Italy." And I was like, "What's going on?" And she goes, "Carter, I know myself. If I have a few days away from you, like these days together have been great, but if I have a few days away from you, I'll probably the guilt will come over me and I will try to forget about you." And I said, "Okay, I'll buy tickets to Cymbeline." And I did, and when she got back, I just didn't understand what she meant, but when she got back, she had just completely ignored me. She lives right across the hall, and every time I tried to talk to her, she wouldn't talk to me. When I went into the kitchen in the morning to hold her as we were cooking, she just pushed me off. And I was like, "I understand. I always knew this was going to end, and that was always really sad. I just didn't expect it to end this way." And that's the saddest part, that I'm still with you for these last few weeks, and you're just going to give me a cold shoulder. So it's the last week that we have in London. And it's the night of the show. And I say, "Hey, we have tickets, we have to go." And she just says, "Well, let me come in your room and I'll talk to you, okay?" So she comes in and she goes, "How much were the tickets? I'm gonna pay you back for them." And I went, "No, you said that you wanted these tickets so that we could have some accountability." And she goes, "Yeah, but I just don't want to go, Carter. I can't do this. I don't really want to get into this." And I just start getting viscerally upset. I was like, "I understand that I might be a side piece or something, but I actually put my all into this relationship, and I really liked you. And I knew that it was going to end, and I wanted it to end some other way. And I knew that I was going to be sad no matter what, but this isn't okay." And I ended up going to the show, and I ended up getting late, and then we had to wait outside, and then she ended up coming to the show just to be with me. But were silent as we're watching the show. And then afterwards, we walked home in silence. And then we got back to my room in silence. And she said, I'm not going to stay here tonight. My mother has a hotel. I'm going to go stay with my mother. I said, okay. I'm really upset with you because you really effed this up. Just for me, and she said, you know what, I do actually want to stay one more night, but can we just hold each other and not talk? So we did. And every day that she fell asleep in my room, I would wake up to the light from the hallway coming in, and then she'd close the door and I would go back to sleep alone. And this night, I woke up to the light from the hallway coming in, and I woke up, and instead of just silently letting her go, I said, is this the last time I'm going to see you? And she goes, yes. I said, goodbye. And she said, goodbye, Carter Ford. And when I woke up the next day, I thought I was going to be really, really sad. And as cliche as it sounds, I was just, instead of sad, I was really, really happy that I got to spend that time with her. Thank you very much.